job. If you can get that time, that's huge.
Checkpoint! Let's go!
What's going on, YouTube? My name is Rambeast, coming at you with another Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. This one is on the map standoff, and I'm using a Vector with silencer on it. And what you just saw was my favorite moment of MLG Anaheim. It's Optic Scumpy after looking at the scoreboard of a hardpoint game on Yemen against Envious. As many of you know, MLG Anaheim was this past weekend. It was a really good event. A lot of good teams showed up. There was a lot of surprises, and Impact finally fell to Complexity. Big news. Impact finally lost the tournament. So I had predictions going into the tournament in my last video, if you didn't see that. And here's how they went down pretty much. I had two honorable mentions after, like, I picked 5, and I had 2 honorable mentions, and that was Epsilon and Prophecy. I think in my last video I was saying Epsilon as Espelon. The P is before the S. Epsilon. I'm sorry about that. New mistake. And Prophecy, 2 European teams. Epsilon played Impact in the first round of the winners bracket, I think, or the championship bracket, whatever they call it. And Epsilon dominated in the first hardpoint game, and everybody thought, this is over. There it was. Epsilon kept Impact in both of the hardpoints to under 100, so it was pretty crazy. Excuse me, I have a bit of a sore throat. But Epsilon's S&D and CTF games were both lacking, and Epsilon and Prophecy both finished top 24, which is not very good. But if Epsilon can get their CTF and S&D, like I said, down, then I think they could very well be unbeatable. Also had Team Envious ranked in the top 5. I think I had them ranked 4. They finished 9th to 12th. They don't play games to figure out if you finish 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th. They just 9th to 12th, which is a bad showing for Envious. They lost to Optic in their first loss of the tournament, and then to Icon's Conquer in their second loss. For 5th, I had VVV, and they finished 7th to 8th, and that's not a bad showing for VVV. It's a pro placement. If you don't know, top 8 teams at any event, you are then a pro player. If you finish in the top 8, if you finish in the top 16 twice, I think you're a pro player. So yeah, VVV 7th through 8th. My 3rd rank, who I thought would get 3rd, was Icon's Impact, and they ended up taking 2nd. Who I thought would get 2nd was Optic Gaming, who took 3rd, and who I thought would get 1st was Complexity, and they got 1st. There were a lot of good showings at the tournament. Complexity, obviously. Claser had a huge tournament. I think he was named MVP. Aches also did really good. Krim also did really good. TP also did really good. They just had a really good tournament overall, and it shows with the championship. Impact, their tournament, they did alright. Parasite didn't have like a stellar tournament, but it wasn't bad. Karma had a good tournament. Miracles had an alright tournament, and Killa had an alright tournament as well. In Optic, I thought had a really good tournament. Scump went crazy. In most of Scump's games, especially the hardpoints and the S&Ds, he was like double positive. So if Scump if Optic rather would have finished top, in 2nd, even maybe 2nd or 1st, 1st for sure, then I think Scump would have been named MVP. Nate Shot's S&D was really well. Mercs, Hardpoint, Anchorings, is that? I'm not even sure if that's how you'd say that. Anchorings, I guess, were stellar. That helped them. I think Optic only dropped like 2 hardpoints the whole tournament, and that's supposed to be their worst game type. So there was that. Big T had a pretty good tournament. It wasn't bad. Curse got 4th, which is a surprise to me. They have Twiz and Liar. I'm not sure, honestly, who else is on their team, but they played really well. They got 4th, like I said. It was a big shock to everybody. FaZe Competitive is another, like, kind of a shock. They got in the 5th to 6th placing with Unite. FaZe picked up Imbos and Methods from Soar, along with Heist and who's their third? Realize, maybe? Realize. And, you know, they played really well. Unite, without Clayster, got 5th or 6th, which is good for them. At MLG Dallas, they got 2nd, but that was with Clayster. So that was a good showing for Unite, having lost Clayster and still getting a pro placement. VVV, like I said, got 7th to 8th. Icons Conquer, a team that joined very, what am I looking for? They didn't have a lot of practice time. They joined really late. Excuse me. They're Paul Magna, the owner of Icons, brought that team together, and they got 7th to 8th, which is really well. They beat Envious 3-0, and that's what got Envious kicked out of the tournament. Icons Evil, they lost to Optic in the first round of the championship bracket, which was kind of a tough draw. And then I think Envious might have beat them out. It was either Envious or Conquer that beat them out. So, like I said, it's not a bad tournament. A lot of good teams. The most spectators in COD history, I believe, were at the event. A lot of fun. There was on Saturday night, there was a all-star game which included Dwight Howard and Des Bryant playing. So that was a lot of fun. They got to see, you know, the MLG side of things, like the esports side of things. So that was a lot of cool. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, there was, like I said, it was a great tournament. A lot of laughs, a lot of cries, especially when Optic lost. But yeah, Optic, they got handled pretty well by Icons Impact, I guess. They won one hardpoint game off them, I think, and their intensity level in those games was not very high. I just think in Optic's head they think that they cannot beat Impact. So I think that's what gets them in the long run. Yeah, so Impact goes down, Complexity pronounced champions, and yeah. So thank you for watching the video. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. That'd be cool. My Twitter is @Rambeast. I just completely sandwiched that in a weird way. @RambeastTheGamer. I still didn't finish my sentence. Okay. @RambeastTheGamer. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. What I will end with is Complexity being their reaction to winning the championship. I have a video of that, and yeah, thank you for watching the video, and have a lovely day.
Sniper's down, move up. Grenade!
Losing Charlie. Enemy took Charlie. Securing Alpha. A lockdown.
Gun down, stand by.
Stealth chopper on standby. Achilles 1-1. Hostile UAV above. Keep up the pressure. Orbital VSAT on standby.
Dropped him.
Friendly orbital VSAT online.
That's another kill.
Warthog awaiting orders.
10 seconds. We have eyes on it. Good hits. Approved for immediate re-attack. 1 kill. Report negative effect.
Securing Charlie.
Affirm. Nemesis 1-1 as your target at 150 meters bearing 230. Target locked. Good strike. Confirm 2 KIA.
Like one kill away now, and Grit is gonna do it!
That is it! Complexity takes out Impact, and they are crowned the winners of MLG Anaheim. Something that no one thought could be done. Could Impact ever lose to anybody in Call of Duty. You had even the European teams come over here thinking maybe they could knock them out. The North American team struggling with it. And finally, Complexity picks up Clayster, puts together just a team that can make it happen, and Impact just falls off the throne there, and Complexity is crowned your winners. Good sportsmanship from everybody across the board. Got to give it up to Impact. One of the most impressive runs in the history of Call of Duty. What this team has accomplished has been one for the esports history books. However, at some point, the heroes had to fall, and Complexity decided to do that. They are crowned your winners, and they are fired up. A hard-fought battle between these two teams. Back and forth they went. Just such evenly matched.